Question number 8. Now this is also a grammar question. Here also we need to identify correct sentences. So let us look at A. A says, the Indian steel industry still has many miles to go before positioning itself as the most competitive steel maker in the world. Now there is no error here. This sentence is perfectly correct. Now let us look at B. B says, India can become the global hub of steel manufacturing and leading exporter of steel and steel-based products provided concerted efforts are made to improve productivity and technology. Now there is an error here. If you look at leading this part, leading exporter, there is an error here. Now exporter is a countable noun in singular form here, which means it should be preceded by an article a or an. Now because there is leading here, we need to have a before it. Over here we need to have a. So that's why this part has an error, which means sentence B is wrong. Now let us look at C. C says, for this the industry has to shift strategy from competing on conventional advantages to compete on competitive advantages arising from superior products and processes. Now here also there is an error. Now if you look at this part, from, it says competing on environmental advantages to compete. Now don't you think that's an error? Now it's an error because when you say from something to something, okay, both these parts A and B, from A, let us call this part A, okay, competing, and to this part is B. If you label this B and if you label this A, both these parts are on par with each other. It's simply, like from A to B, which means if A is competing, okay, B needs to be competing as well. So that is the error. This error is called parallelism error. Okay, that's why B also is wrong. We have already rejected B, we have rejected now C as well. Now let us look at D. Sentence D says, Indian companies have to become real global by investing in mining and steel making facilities worldwide. Now here too there is an error. It's an obvious error. We don't say real global. These both are adjectives. If real is qualifying global, it needs to be in adverb form. So it actually needs to be really. So we can't have real here. It needs to be really. And so D also is wrong, which means only A is correct, and that means option 4 is the correct answer.